Welcome to the Wrestling Nerds Alliance podcast, featuring Robb English, Clifford L. Johnson, and Ed Roland. Thank you for joining us.
All right, well, we are back again this week with another episode of The Show.
What up, doe?
What up, doe? I'm Robb English,
I'm Clifford L. Johnson.
and we are the Wrestling Nerds Alliance. So, as you heard, just the two of us today.
Just the two of us.
We can make it if we try, just the two of us.
You and I.
Yeah. Kind of touched my heart there. Appreciate that.
Wasn't that good? That was good.
It was good. It was good. So, me and Cliff
and I.
Cliff and I
got to get your grammar right, man.
sorry.
Come on.
Riding as a duo today. There is a reason for that. After last week's show, we kind of rushed to the end of last week's show, and that was for a very good reason. Ed, our one of our best friends for the last 20 some odd years, has been a stay-at-home dad for a while. So he had a pretty open schedule. However, he returned back to work. And when I say work, I'm going to say flat out, Ed's got a real man's man job.
I was going to say a man's job.
That's right. Cliff and I, well, hey, we make our living. We don't do those kind of jobs like Ed does. Ed works with his hands. He works in a machine shop. I sit at a desk and look at code and try to determine why something isn't working and fix it.
Right. And while I sit at a desk as well, checking emails and sending celebrities to and fro.
Yes. So we have the types of jobs that Ed scoffs at when we talk about how tired we are. It's like, psha.
I could have died today, pal.
Right. So Ed had to return to work. And when I say had to, I don't mean as in like, oh, he was forced. Ed, he has 2 children and he is married. And, times being what they are, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. And Ed actually has a very big responsibility with his job. He is somebody that is held in very high esteem at that shop. Even though he has not been there for several years, they begged him to come back, and he did. Schedules being what they are, time not being a friend, Ed was being stretched very thin. Ed is our editor. Ed is, as we've joked about before, our director. He kind of keeps us in line, keeps us on task. But responsibility is what it is. And first and foremost in this show and in this group of friends, family comes first. We are a family to each other, but we have our own families as well. And Ed, unfortunately, will no longer be a regular fixture on the show. Ed had to do what was best for his family and is focusing on that. And there are no hard feelings at all. Not at all. As a matter of fact, it's kind of a bittersweet goodbye. Ed is not going away forever by any means. You will hear his deep, bassy, sexy voice on the show again. It just will not be a weekly thing. I don't even know if it'll be a monthly thing. We really don't know. It's whenever he's available and is in the mood to swing by and play around for an hour or two.
Pause.
You will, yeah, pause. You will hear from Ed Roland again. Hopefully he will be coming back for our showdown with the Wretched Guys for Survivor Series. Don't know. But I personally, and I'm sure Cliff will say his own piece when I'm done, want to say thank you to Ed.
Thank you, Edro.
We started doing this show. This is now episode 21. We started doing the show the last week of April, just kind of to fuck around, and he was kind of the driving force behind it. I wouldn't have known how to get any of this stuff set up or how to even really do it if it wasn't for Ed. And I'm now recording on a mixer and a laptop in my basement / recording studio now because of Ed Roland. And I found something that I truly, truly love doing because of his pushing and prodding and encouragement. And I want to, thank him for that and thank him for the last 20 years of friendship. And it's not ending by any means. I just probably won't be able to see him weekly as I've been doing for the last several months. So, uh, thank you, Ed. And we will be chatting with you again very soon. Cliff, what do you have to say?
Man, I mean, you're over there sounding like you're about to read a eulogy. Definitely sucks, and I definitely don't know how or who's gonna keep us on topic and keep us on task with us two babbling. This may end up being a 4-hour show.
A shit show, son.
So, yeah, but I do understand. I mean, I just had a little one myself, and sometimes you got to make some very hard decisions, man, when it comes to family. So I totally get it. Gonna miss you on the show for sure. But we're definitely gonna, we're still gonna talk, and we still have our freaking long ass Facebook message thread and our Twitter threads and all that shit. So it's not like he's gonna be gone or not part of the show anymore. So I'm sure he's still gonna tweet and still gonna be, you know, part of that whole ordeal. So you just might not hear his voice every week. And yeah, that's all I got to say about that. We're gonna
So do
miss
me
you,
a favor
buddy.
if you're listening. Go and tweet at Lego my Edro. Replace those O's with zeros, my friend. And, tell him give him some love. He's actually I know he's disappointed that he's not going to be a part of the show every week. So throw him a little love. It'll probably make him feel good. And he will tell us both to fuck off in private messages because we're having people tweet at him and he hates social media. As you probably could guess, the fact that he tweets very irregularly. So yeah, please do that. Just give him a little love and tell him that you'll miss hearing his voice weekly. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday.
Oh, jeez.
Oh God! Already, everybody's like, "Why isn't
Right.
Ed on the show?"
Why isn't he there?
You would have already stopped
Alright,
them from doing this.
Let's entertain these bitches.
Let's try.
Yeah.
You know what was entertaining?
What was
Monday
that?
night. The return of the promo battle between John Cena and Roman Reigns. S- Cliff, did you see said promo battle?
I did. And Franklin Madeir, I wasn't impressed.
They had some good lines, but it was, as you said
Yeah, it's
last
just
week, they're hitting the same
hitting the
beats.
same beats, rinse and repeat. Ooh, let me drop another little personal joint.
Maybe it's because I'm selling the tickets that you haven't sold in 5 years. You say I'm not doing my job, but ticket sales are great. Revenue is sky high. WWE can make it without you. That's why you don't like me. WWE don't need you, John. You need WWE. And the fact of it is, you need WWE because, well, hell, he can't break into Hollywood, y'all.
I'm gonna put it in terms that even you can understand. At No Mercy, consider me like a drug test, Holmes. You ain't getting past me.
Which I thought, the little personal jab from Cena was cute.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I'm like a drug test.
yeah.
You ain't gonna
You
beat
ain't
me.
gonna get past me. Like,
So, I mean,
that
it's
was kinda
fun,
cute.
but for how long can they keep doing this?
Well, they're gonna do it for 2 more weeks, at least.
But do you think they need to put hands on each other at this point?
I mean, yeah, for sure. I mean, they've definitely had some, uh, you know, been talking shit. Definitely, if you call me out on some shit, I would definitely have to put hands on you.
Call you out right now.
Well, go ahead, and I'm gonna have to put hands on you.
You in Atlanta? You ain't putting hands on me.
How you know? I got flight benefits, son.
Oh, you got flight benefits, but can't come here to record a show live.
Never.
Got to keep doing this shit over Google Hangout and FaceTime and shit.
Hey, hey, they don't need to know where we
You're a Skype gangster is what you are.
at. Skype gangster.
Talking shit all the way on Skype, son.
What I
Yeah,
do.
no, I don't know. I kind of feel like at this point, and I'm one of these people that bitches about it, that I feel like they rush to a fight too often in WWE. But the promo battle, just the back and forth, while fun, it's kind of like at this point, you guys keep standing like 5 feet from each other and talking all kinds of mad shit,
Right.
and then you don't reach out and touch somebody.
Bust a move, cuz.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. At some point, it's like, fuck fight or, walk away.
Yeah, I mean they've definitely said some shit that's personal, and of course Cena with he's always ready for a fight. He's always ready for you want some, come get some. But apparently he don't want none.
You don't want none of that big Samoan.
He really don't. So they gonna keep talking shit. Let's see, Roman got over last week, so it was John Cena's turn to get over this week. Then Roman will get over next week. Same fucking shit. Because the one thing about them is that they can't keep, like, one person can't have the advantage in this thing. Even though it's clearly, when it comes to Mike, it's clearly John Cena. I mean, he's got 15 more years of experience than Roman does. But when it comes to the actual marketing of these two characters today, like, you can't have John Cena go over Roman. You can't really have Roman go over John Cena. So it's almost kind of a stalemate. Like, if John doesn't put Roman over, this whole thing is stupid.
Oh, he's gonna put him over.
I mean, he has to.
I don't
But then
see
at that
any
point, when
way out of
thinking
it.
about it, he might not, because everybody's like, he has to put over Roman. And then they're going to swerve us.
Swerve.
And then they'll have another match at Survivor Series. Maybe Team Roman versus. No, they'll have another match on Raw the next day. and then they'll have the Team Roman versus Team Cena at Survivor Series. Cliff called.
Hmm. Yeah. Maybe. I don't know.
Yep, it's gonna happen. Anyway, I thought I was gonna be really excited about this feud, but they're not. They're not reeling me in yet.
They're not wowing.
They're really not,
Why do they need to wow you?
because I am the greatest wrestling fan of all time.
Oh, I
And,
forgot about that.
And I have a podcast, so they need to impress me every week.
Oh,
Or
no.
else I'll tell our negative 12 listeners to stop listening to the show or stop watching Raw and SmackDown, and you know.
No, we actually had our biggest week of downloads ever this last week.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't
3
tell you
whole
about
episodes, 3 whole downloads.
that. No,
That's
not at
great.
all.
No, I'm just
Not at all.
Y'all don't need to be up in our analytics like that. Just know we're doing well.
Yeah.
But we can
And
always
we
use
saw
more.
a big increase this week. So, all the new listeners, thank you. Kind of wish I could reach out and touch you right now.
Bet you do.
Touch you in all the ways that make you feel
Great.
special. Why are you silent, Cliff?
I was drinking water. I was a little parched.
Parched?
Yes. Parched. Google it. To be at the point where Ed says, "All right, guys, let's talk about wrestling."
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's why I'm not moving right along.
Get into it, damn it.
Sorry, missing little Ed, bro.
Jeez.
That deep voice just booming in my ear.
So this one, hey guys, we're gonna talk about wrestling or what? I'm gonna put an effect on my voice there so that it sounds even deeper.
Do that. Yeah, no, I don't know. I kind of feel like maybe that's what the deal is. I'm sitting here waiting for somebody to push me on to the next subject because we're talking too much and straying off. But I'm also
Yeah,
kind
I
of like
know how much you like to talk. So, jeez.
kind of like low energy today, man.
Listen,
Tweeted
dude,
out earlier in the week that I feel like I'm coming down with something. I definitely am. I've been sniffling and sneezing all day.
that's your AIDS, man. It's your AIDS
No.
acting up.
That's what happens when you're promiscuous.
That's cool. Go
I
get your
mean,
medicine, man. We'll be all
What's
right.
wrong with that? You gotta fuck. You gotta fuck.
Whoa.
Just saying.
All right. And moving on.
Any port in a storm? And no, that's not it. That's not what we're talking about.
No.
What are we talking about? We were talking
don't know.
about Roman.
We're talking
and
about Roman
Cena.
and John Cena. That's how much we don't care about this feud right now.
Are we now? Okay.
Which sucks because I do care about it, but I'm just not. I think it's just because they're repeating the same thing every week.
Not really.
You don't care about it?
I mean,
You
I
don't
do.
care about the changing of the guard?
Oh, that guard changed long ago, son.
Not really.
Dude,
It's still there.
Roman has had how many WrestleMania main events?
True.
That guard
still
changed
John
long
Cena.
ago, and Cena was not a part of it.
Well, he should be passing the torch. So pass that motherfucker. And
All right, so now that Ed's gone,
Blow
are
it
we
off
going to
to
be the
Hollywood.
negative show again?
Oh, damn it. Are we negative?
Ed was negative.
Yeah.
Ed was usually the one like, duh.
We're not negative Nancy's, are we?
No. We're friendly, lovable people. I mean, aren't we?
I'm a friendly, lovable person.
Are we having like a crisis of identity now?
Nah, I think we're good.
Are we
Move on to happy stuff. What are we happy about? And
happy about Paul Heyman?
Hey, there we go.
How about that?
The
Paul
promo
Heyman.
cutting machine.
Fucking Paul, goddamn motherfucking Heyman. And that,
Sell a match to anybody.
oh my God. I mean, I hope everybody that's listening appreciates Paul Heyman Because when that dude is gone, there is nobody that can sell a feud or a match like Paul Heyman.
Because Braun Strowman, are you ready to cross the border from the safety of sports entertainment into the hostile ground known as Suplex City? And not to ruin the box office appeal of Sunday night, September 24th at the Staples Center in LA on a pay-per-view known as No Mercy. But when they used to lock my client in the Broctagon, they would look him in the eyes and say, "Fighter, are you ready?" So, fighter, are you ready?
When he goes, that's gonna suck.
It is. It's going to suck.
Hall of Fame,
Oh, he's gotta.
first ballot.
Yes.
When do you put in a manager though? Like a manager, like is Eric Bischoff in?
No.
That's crazy.
He'll probably be soon. I wouldn't even be shocked if he goes in next year.
Yeah.
Because he inducted DDP,
Right.
maybe Jim Cornette. Motherfucker.
You beat me to it.
We wanted the food, we wouldn't have ordered, you fucking bitch. No, that's not what he said. We didn't want the food, we wouldn't have ordered it, you fucking bitch. No, Paul Heyman, yeah, first ballot. What are you talking about?
Whatever that ballot may
There is no ballot.
be. I know.
Ballot is whatever the fucking Vincent K. McMahon wants.
Yep. But
Paul, yeah. Pal, let's put
The
Paul.
Rock isn't even in yet.
Nope.
That's insane.
Rock's not in. Lots of people not in. Vader's not in.
Wow. Maybe he goes in next year.
China's not in
China won't go.
because she's been on camera sucking dick.
That probably is going to be part of it.
Tammy Sitch is in.
Yeah, true.
I mean, granted, she
Tammy
did that.
never did like hardcore, full, like, real porn.
You are lying.
No.
Yes.
When?
She fucking did it after she got in the Hall of Fame.
After.
Bro, she still did hardcore. She took it up the ass pipe, son.
Where is this link? Why haven't I seen this?
you don't have to look hard. Go on Pornhub, son. I'm sure it's there.
Are you sure it's there?
Bro, I'm
How
not bringing
sure
up
are you?
Pornhub while we're doing the show, but I guarantee you. Because, I mean, if I bring Pornhub up, I'll get distracted.
Can't have distractions right now.
Cannot have distractions.
We all know. I don't even know what we were talking about now.
We were talking about the Hall of Fame. And people,
No,
see?
that wasn't even it. We were
Lack
talking
of
about
ed.
something else. We're talking about Paul Heyman.
We're talking about Paul Heyman.
See?
Went from Paul Heyman to fucking Hall of Fame to fucking
this
Tammy
shit's
and
gonna go off
porn
the rails, dude.
to fucking Pornhub. See?
Come on,
See what
Ed.
happens when Ed Rollins
Just-
gone?
Fuck. All right, back to Paul Heyman.
He's
And go.
listening to this show and
He's
he's
shaking his head.
like, see?
Those fuckers need me.
Back to Paul Heyman.
Yes.
He cut a promo, son. He cut one building up the Braun and Brock fight. And that's what he was calling it, a fight. Referring to the UFC. Fighter, are you ready? Fighter, are you ready? And he said, fight. And Braun's music hit. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Out came the monster among men with his bow-legged Frankenstein walk. And he climbed his ass in the ring and he went face to face with Brock. And they went at it. They started throwing hands. They started just taking each other down. And Brock throws Braun in the German suplex. And he no-sold that bitch
Oh, that bitch.
right to his feet and just stared at him. Brock looked like he shit his big old pants. Big old fighter shorts. Swim trunks. Jimmy John's on them.
Jimmy John's was full of what happens after you eat Jimmy John's.
Oof. Yeah. That I saw a story that said that provided a gift that will live on forever. The suplex not felt around the world. What did you think when you saw that?
I thought, crap, Braun's gonna lose.
Yeah.
Because they're making him look too good again.
They are. They are. Oh, they are.
It's the perfect bait and switch. But I'm happy that he's looking good, though.
I mean, he's getting to do the one thing that most people don't,
True.
and that's no
Except for
sell
Goldberg when
offense
he
from
came
Brock
back.
Lesnar. I mean, I don't even think Goldberg got to do that.
Not the no sell, no.
I mean, granted, his match lasted all of 5 minutes, but
Less than that. Shit. But yeah, no, I thought it was pretty awesome. I'm really, really, really digging what they're doing with Braun Strowman lately.
how can you
I mean,
not?
before, when they were talking about this being the main event at WrestleMania or one of the main events, quote unquote, at WrestleMania a few years back, we were like, fuck, hell no, no, never, ever. And then even with, the rumors that Taker refused to have the match with him at Mania, just like, green as goose shit. His matches were crazy. He looked like a fat lumberjack. And
I think
since
the best
they've-
thing to ever happen to Braun Strowman is that beard.
for sure.
Takes that beard off, and he looks like a
Looks like a fucking
baby,
300-pound baby.
big muscled up baby.
Yeah.
You ever seen Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome?
You know the law.
This is Thunderdome! Shoot him! No! No! Look at his face! He's got the mind of a child! It's not his fault.
Oh, yeah.
He's a child. He's a child.
Oh, man. But yeah, I think I'm happy what they're doing with him. I'm glad he's getting a decent push. But like I said, he's getting way too much offense, and he's looking way too good against Brock. So ultimately, we all know what that means.
Okay, so Braun loses. What next?
For Braun?
For Braun or Brock?
Well, Brock will definitely go on to hopefully he'll go on to another match with Joe when he gets back. I doubt that happens though.
I believe they're saying Brock's taking some time off after this.
If he's taking time off, then he needs to drop that fucking belt.
Wouldn't
So
be the
then
first
Joe
time he's
does-
disappeared for months with the belt.
Yeah, true, but that's some bullshit, man.
It
I'm
is
tired of not
bullshit.
seeing I'm tired of not seeing the belt on TV. And then when they do that, like the IC belt isn't elevated. It's still not. You know what I mean? Like if the IC belt is the only championship that's on the show, then that shit needs to be main eventing.
It absolutely should. If you paid attention to the promo that Miz cut on Enzo Amore on Monday.
You don't think when you came from NXT to WWE Monday Night Raw, you and Cass were the next big thing. You would sell out merchandise, pay-per-views with John Cena. Everyone loved Enzo and Cass, but look at you now. Time progresses, and you don't know when to shut your mouth. You don't listen. You think you know everything better than everybody else. That's why you're kicked out of WWE tour buses, and that is why you are kicked out of the WWE locker room. You think you chose to bring your personality to the Cruiserweight division? There was nowhere else for you to go, because no one on the WWE Monday Night roster can stand you. I see so much freaking talent in you. But you make mistake after mistake after mistake. and I am sick of watching it. And you don't have a 7-foot-tall meal ticket anymore. Yeah, all you got now is nothing more that people can look at you and look at that you're nothing more than a con artist with a couple of catchphrases.
Great.
Oh my God.
Miz has been cutting some of the promos of his life the last this calendar year. He has been fucking on fire.
Miz was pulling out the fucking, crazy ass, shoot ass promos from WCW on Enzo this past
Right.
week. Why nobody
I love
likes
that.
you, Enzo?
The crowd kind of turned on him too.
A little bit.
Yeah.
So
But
okay,
I don't know if that's what they're leaning towards. I know we segueing from this whole Brock Braun thing. I don't really have anything else to say about it.
I mean, I guess we can. I mean, my thing is, I was just getting ready to say, I thought the cruiserweights were kept separate from everybody else.
I did too, but apparently,
If you're Enzo Amore, go get
You're
that ass
Enzo.
whipped.
which is crazy to me because I keep hearing all of this stuff and all this talk, and everybody's saying it out loud now that nobody likes Enzo, and he's kicked out of the locker rooms. I mean, they're
Turned it into a
saying,
storyline.
yeah, they're turning into a storyline, but it's keeping him on TV. Like he's got a prominent spot on Miz TV. He's got a match. He's still talking on the mic during the match. Then he gets beat down. And then now, Tuesday, he's going to be right back. Well, I don't think he showed up on 205 Live, but this week. But he's still got a Cruiserweight Championship match at No Mercy.
Bro. And this means one thing.
And he's going to win.
Fuck.
Why not?
No.
Why
No.
not, man? Hey.
Just take a shotgun to the
cruiserweight, it
head
doesn't
of the
say
cruiserweight division if
The
Enzo Amore
flying
wins.
division. He's under 205. He can do it.
Bro.
I think everybody who's under 205 should have the ability to compete in the cruiserweight division.
Kalisto.
Kalisto should be in the cruiserweight division. If Finn Balor wants to drop 6 pounds, he can be in the cruiserweight
They
division.
list him at like 197.
Who, Finn Balor?
Yeah.
No, last time I heard he was at like 208.
Aleister Black is listed at 205.
Really?
Yes, sir.
That's odd because he's tall as shit,
Right.
but he's skinny though. He is kind of thin. I mean, he's not like a massive. He's got like his body is built kind of weird.
Cassius
But-
Ohno's 205.
Yeah, fucking right. 205, and then he ate another 205.
That's not fair.
Not at all.
That's not fair. Don't talk about Cassius Ohno that way.
Hey,
He's big boned.
I call him like I see him.
Just big boned.
Well, blame his mama. But yeah, we'll see what happens with Enzo. He's definitely gonna win. At No Mercy.
Come out with a cheetah fucking belt. He'll go from purple to cheetah.
Cheetah print. He's definitely gonna do that.
You think I'm
If
kidding?
everybody else is
I'm
getting
telling
custom
you.
belts, and Naomi can make her shit glow. Enzo is definitely gonna make a cheetah print belt.
He's gonna get a cheetah print belt, and one of the side plates is gonna be the poo emoji.
It definitely is.
The other one will be like, "How you doing?"
Oh, that's hilarious. That's definitely gonna happen. Like, it sounds like it should be a joke, but it's definitely gonna happen.
Why did Jack Gallagher go heel?
Wait, what?
Yeah,
When?
you didn't see that, did
Was
you?
that last night?
Jack Gallagher went heel
Last night.
and beat the shit out of Cedric Alexander with William III.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, I totally missed that. I stopped watching after I think there was a Rich Swann versus TJ
TJP.
Perkins match. After that match, I totally went to sleep. I really was kind of worn down after the
Craziness that
SmackDown
ended
and-
SmackDown?
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about said craziness, son.
Man.
Vince McMahon
Vinny
made
Mac
his return.
in his 72-year-old ass.
Son of a bitch. And he went face to face with Kevin Owens. And all show, they were building up to this face off, and Kevin Owens bringing up the fact that Shane assaulted him with his horrible rabbit punches.
Which I hate. Fucking
I hate Shane's rabbit punches. And the thing that I died over was they showed a replay of it in slow-mo. And Shane's face as he's getting ready to throw his little rabbit punch bothered my soul. But Kevin Owens goes face to face with Vince. Kevin, the whole show, is saying that he's going to own the company. And he's walking around telling everybody what they're going to do when he is in charge of WWE. It tells Aiden English he's going to sing the theme song to the Kevin Owens show. And he comes up to Sami Zayn and he says, "Hey, remember when we were wrestling in the armories in front of like 42 people? We vowed to each other that one day we would make it to WWE so we would never have to do that again. Hopefully the armories are still looking at me, because when I take over, you're out of a job." So they go face to face. And Vince does what Vince does, and that's chew the scenery. Be Vince McMahon on 11.
Oh, yeah. Big, bad, courageous Kevin Owens. I'm not going to fight back. What am I going to do? I'm going to sue. Well, let me give you a little hint as to what happens if you file that lawsuit. The moment you do, I'm personally going to be on the phone to your attorney. Hopefully you're there and I'm on speakerphone, because when you file the lawsuit, you will hear these words. Kevin Owens, you're fired!
Tells KO that he's going to face his son Shane at Hell in a Cell. And then after all the back and forth, they shake hands. And as they were shaking hands, I'm reading Vince's lips. And I can tell he's telling Kevin Owens to attack him. Because I can see him saying, "Lay it in there. Lay it," like, oh, okay, so he's going to hit Vince. I'm thinking he's going to clothesline him. I'm thinking he's going to like shove him. Fucking Kevin Owens reared back like Katsuyori Shibata and full on headbutted a 72-year-old man.
I need you to give me your word that if provoked, I can beat a McMahon senseless.
You got my word.
You just gave your word that I can beat a McMahon senseless.
Busted open the hard way.
Busted him open.
Oh, that shit was brutal.
And it was made worse by the fact that when Vince was laying there, eyes glazed over, you're looking at his forehead and you just see this red circle.
Yeah.
And then slowly that circle gets redder and redder and redder. And then the blood starts coming out and you're going, damn. And he laid there and he got bloody. He gets to his feet. Kevin Owens super kicks the shit out of him. Just when you thought it was enough, Scrap Daddy Adam Pearce to the rescue. Comes in the ring and he's, what's the matter with you? Get away from him. What's the matter with you? KO is trying to drag Vince towards a corner. And he's pulling on Vince's arm, and I'm thinking, 72 years old, Kevin. Let's settle it down a little bit.
Hey, he grown.
That's right.
Yeah, do it.
But he goes
He
to the
owns
top rope.
company.
He's threatening to jump, and Adam Pearce looks like he talks some sense into Kevin Owens. Nah. And Kevin Owens hit that frog splash. A 266-pound man dove off the top rope onto a 72-year-old genetic jackhammer. And it was glorious.
It was.
I kind of hoped that he was going to hit the pop-up pop.
I swear, I was ready.
Oh, but that headbutt, though.
I was ready for it.
So after all that is said and done, Kevin Owens leaves the ring, but he does not look distraught over what he just did. He looks more like, tired of you fucking McMahons
Right.
telling me what to fucking do. Out comes Stephanie. Gets in his shit. But Vince didn't want to get on. He didn't want to get on the stretcher. Not Vincent Kennedy McMahon, damn it.
Oh, not
He
with the
walked his ass
grapefruits.
out bleeding, all rickety legged. What did you think about that, Cliff?
Well, as my commentary suggested, it was awesome. It's pretty fucking awesome. Glad that that KO is getting the rub. However, not really trying to see Shane in another Hell in a Cell just for what? So it's a it's an up and a down here. I'm like on one section I'm like, hell yeah. KO is getting the rub. He just beat up Vince McMahon, and they could try to pull off a a Stone Cold like run with KO and Shane. Although KO's the heel in this equation, but still,
Shane is likely going to go over.
will Shane go over at Hell in a Cell? He better fucking not.
Oh, he's going to dive off the cell and do a fucking shooting star press.
Yeah,
And Kevin Owens is going to lose.
he should do a pop-up power bomb on the top of the cell.
Through it.
Yeah, onto the floor.
Shane falls through the ring
To the floor.
to the pits of hell.
But yeah, either way, like I'm okay with it. I'm happy and I'm positive about that segment, so I can't be too mad about it. Although I do wish we could have saw a pop-up power bomb on McMahon. That would have been
At least do it on the apron. Drop that, septuagenarian across the apron.
Right.
His brittle bones.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I'm not wishing injury on Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
Sure you're
I'm
not.
just saying. No, I wouldn't want that.
Hey, puppy, get from behind me. Your disgusting licking is getting picked up on my microphone.
Pause. What the?
He's licking himself like a madman. Go.
Get from behind me. Licking. Pause.
He's on the couch, you bastard.
He's on your ass.
No, go away. Go away, puppy.
And that's why you got the video paused on the feed. You don't want me to see ass all out.
Go grab that peanut butter out the cabinet.
About to get real sexy. Puppy. Do you like chunky or do you like creamy? Oh, see, you turn the video on. Now you're trying to prove something. I don't need to see all that.
But I ain't putting down no video. Nobody trying to see you.
So,
Motherfucker.
something we didn't talk about last week, in our rush to end the show, we did not talk about our WCW last week, did we?
We did not.
We need to, because that is something we try to do every week, and we did not give her her due. So we are going to do that this week.
We will have a
Talk about our
double W.
WCW. Who was our WCW last week, Cliff?
Last week was none other than Miss Amanda K. Fabulous. Fabulous.
I like how you hit that.
Amanda has a pretty awesome blog. K-Fabe. Oh, it's K-Fabulous.
K-Fabulous.
Now I get it. That makes sense.
All this time you did not get that.
I'm slow to the draw sometimes.
All the blood running to your dick.
Hey, whoa. First of all, no. That was sexist. It was very sexist.
Blood is
comment.
not running to your dick. I'm not talking like I'm not saying you were getting a fucking half chub over this.
what
I'm
you
just
said.
saying, like, it takes a lot to function that meat.
I have to get transfusions every time.
Clifford Dale's dick's so big, Hurricane Irma can't blow him.
That's terrible. Oh, that is the worst. Take it back. It's too soon.
Okay.
Jeez. My power was out Monday because of that shit.
Because of your dick. He was running through the room too fast.
All that friction on the carpet.
Took out a breaker. That's static electricity.
Caused an EMP in my house.
It was dragging behind him as he was running.
Oh.
What you don't know is Cliff is deathly afraid of thunder and lightning. And if you want to see fear, you think about a man naked, cock flapping everywhere. That's what happened. And as he ran from room to room, dragging his 72-pound cock, a lot of friction built up, static electricity. He got a little too close to the breaker box.
Oh, jeez.
Shorted out the whole block.
Why? So, first of all, the comments in brought to you by Robert English is not of
100%
WNA podcast. Anywho, we're talking about a WCW. Last week, it was awesome. Miss Amanda K. Fabulous. Check out her at KAYFABEULOUS. OULS.
Check out her blog.
Go to her blog at kfabe-ulus.blogspot.ca. And she has the .ca because she's from T. Dot. Where the six at?
Yeah.
What up, though?
I wish I was Canadian.
Do you really?
I do.
Why?
You have no idea. I
want
have
free
such a
healthcare?
soft spot for Canada.
Dude, you got a soft spot for Canada. You got a soft spot for accents and girls that drink tea and eat crumpets.
I have a soft spot for, yes, ladies with accents, especially a British accent.
Yeah. So what about you want old French Canadian, old Maurice?
I don't know if she's French Canadian. Oh, yeah. Oh, you're talking about, I don't know. I don't think, no, Amanda, Toronto. I doubt that.
Well, I'm just saying.
No, Canada just seems like a magical place.
Trust me, I've
Filled
been
with
there performing plenty of times.
Maple syrup
It's not
and
that
moose
magical.
and
They eat mayonnaise on their French fries there.
fucking hey,
Not
man.
magical at all.
Poutine.
No offense. You know, you always say no offense right after you offend somebody. Or right
which means that you know you offended her.
before. Right. No offense. I mean,
No
I didn't mean to
offense.
call your mom ugly. No offense.
But you know,
She does kind of look like a
you can
dog
use
in
some
the
work.
face. No offense. Anywho, what up, though, Amanda? Appreciate you listening. Appreciate you sharing, and tweeting, and liking, and subscribing, and all that.
Did
And
scare Amanda
you scared her?
yesterday. Yes.
How? What'd you do?
I had posted a mock poster for the movie It, but Pennywise was Chris Jericho.
Oh yeah, so
So you're gonna get It. And apparently she's afraid of clowns because she tweeted back at me, "No!"
That's hysterical.
That she wasn't gonna be able to sleep that night, so I sent her a picture of puppies. Tried to help her out.
Sent her a picture of puppies. Nice.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, puppies.
Come
Like,
on.
like baby dogs.
Baby dogs.
Okay.
Get your head out of the gutter.
Always. Well, appreciate you, Amanda. You the best.
Yes. Thank you for following. And please spread the word that your friends at WNA love you.
Because we love the lady.
We love the lady.
And speaking of, our current
Who's our WCW today?
reigning, defending WCW of the week goes to none under.
None under.
None.
Who did none under?
Our current reigning, defending, undisputed WCW of the week goes to Taylor 1114. That's Taylor with 2 R's. Like a lady. Huh? See what I did there?
Yeah, see?
know.
See, now you're using your
I don't
spot
even know if it
for other
worked
people.
there, but I figured I'd throw it in there. But TAYLORR 1114. I assume that means maybe her birthday is November 14th, which is pretty cool because my cousin's birthday is November 14th. And if that's not it, then tell us we're wrong. Cool.
Taylor Marie.
Taylor Marie, but Taylor's awesome. She's a super, super avid WWE follower. She has like 1 billion shirts. She takes pictures with all of her favorite superstars whenever she can.
She's a coffee addict, which I can appreciate.
You know what? I'm not much of a coffee addict. I'll take a little sip every now and again, but
You're a bitch.
you shut your mouth, whore. But yeah.
Not a whore.
Yeah, you are. You're
Not
dirty.
whore.
You're dirty, filthy whore.
Whore.
Robert. I'm talking about Rob. Anywho, Taylor Marie, what up, though? Don't listen to all that horror comment. That's for Rob and Rob only. But yeah, she's a super gamer, super WWE fan. So we appreciate you. Thanks for the follow. Thanks for the listen. Spread the word. Tell your friends.
Please.
Now, anyway, moving on. Since we're talking about the ladies,
Let's talk about the ladies
let's
in the
talk
Mae
about
Young
the
Classic.
ladies of wrestling. Which
How about that Mae Young finale?
the Mae Young finale was okay. Before I get into it,
Oh shit.
I liked it. I really did.
But
I felt like maybe having those 2 girls in front of that crowd, that
Women.
SmackDown crowd. Excuse me, women in front of that SmackDown crowd. Maybe it wasn't the right place to hold the finals.
You are on crack rock.
I'm serious, bro.
That crowd was just fine.
I didn't think so.
You're a liar.
I didn't think so. They definitely
You're a
didn't have the
lying,
same.
dirty-ass liar.
That match didn't have the same energy as the Full Sail crowds. And the only reason I thought that too was because A, they had just saw a championship match between Naomi and Natalia earlier, like 45 minutes before that. So I thought that was kind of stupid booking to have that championship match before that earlier in the day. Even though it's technically one's on USA, the other one's on the network. I get it, but it's the same crowd. So I just felt like they didn't have the same, it wasn't like the rabid, full cell fans. And maybe that's just because I was used to seeing all the matches that led up to it in the full cell crowd. So maybe that was just me. Maybe I'm just spoiled. But um I thought those two women did a hell of a job. It definitely was probably I don't think it was the best match of the tournament. Um, but it was really good. It was a really good match and a solid way for Kyrie Sane and Shayna Baszler to be seen in front of the WWE Universe. I thought the right woman did go over Kyrie since she is a new NXT signee and she's pretty much gonna take the mantle where Asuka has left it. And yeah, overall, I thought the entire tournament was a success. Um, I really really like Shayna Baszler. I think she is gonna eventually be money if she does sign if she hasn't signed already. Um, and once once they actually go forth with the whole horsewoman thing, if that does happen, I think that will be money as well. So they kind of kept teasing it a little bit. Ronda and her cronies were on one side, and Charlotte and the other WWE horsewomen were on the other side of the ring, and I think that'll be kind of a cool thing. But Kyrie Sane is awesome. Of course, her elbow was incredible, and I'm really really anxious to see what else they do with her going forward.
All right, I want to
What were
jump
your
back to
thoughts?
something you said.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something that I know that sorry, didn't mean to do that all on the mic. Um I know that this is something that people have complained about. The whole Kyrie saying you said taking the mantle of Asuka.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people are looking at it as okay, well it's just Asuka 2.0, except this one is like a sugary sweet you know, uh girly girl character,
Mm-hmm.
whereas Asuka was more, you know, little nutty, crazy, I'm gonna whip your ass character,
Right.
but it's still this unbeatable Japanese woman.
Right.
Um, I agree. I felt that Kyrie should have gone over. Um, and her win, as was announced not long afterwards via Triple H, means that she is going to get a NXT Women's Title shot at the next Takeover event. Um, but Devil's Advocate, should it have been Shayna?
No, I don't think Shayna needed the win. I think her
Why?
character was over enough, just like Pete Dunne was over in the UK tournament. They made sure that the person that was losing, they made sure to make them look like a star. And they definitely did that with Pete Dunne in the UK Classic and or the UK tournament and they 100% did that with Shayna Baszler. Um, her getting the rub just off being associated with Ronda Rousey, who is by far one of the most popular and recognized female athletes in the world right now. Um, so her having that association, plus all of the antics that she had leading up to the championship match, her being able to drop that damn choke out of anywhere was awesome. The way she was finishing her matches, they definitely made her look like a star, and I think that she'll be just fine um, whenever they do eventually give her the belt because she's definitely going to win the NXT Championship. If, like I said, if she signed, if she hasn't signed, I'm not sure yet, but I assume that she either has or she will. So I'm not mad. Whoa, yo,
Are you rubbing against the mic?
no, it's my stupid dog, man. Get out of here. Get out of here. You're not stupid.
Graham.
You're not stupid. I'm sorry.
Don't talk about your
I
dog.
didn't mean to say that. I love you,
That's
puppy.
hurtful.
But
Feel
I'm
bad for that
busy,
dog.
so you got to go. Nope. Nope. Not right now. Oh, he looks so
So
sad.
after this tournament, has run its course, you had a lot of star making performances in this tournament.
Definitely.
Tony Storm, Dakota Kai, um,
My MVP, Bianca Belair.
fucking Jazzy Gabbert,
Jazzy
Abby
Gabby was
Lath,
dope too. Abby Lath.
Sarah Logan.
Sarah Logan.
You had all these kind of star turns. Kind of the same way the Cruiserweight Classic helped a lot of these people, but they, did not exactly carry the ball across the goal line for a touchdown with the Cruiserweight division.
True.
What other tournaments should they do? I mean, should they do more?
They should definitely do more. Definitely.
Why don't you take the Dusty Rhodes Invitational and expand it and bring in teams from outside of the company?
They're not gonna do that.
They should.
Oh, you mean like, yeah? Well, no, they
Make it a
definitely
tag
should.
team tournament.
Yeah, if they should do it like instead of just teams from NXT. Yeah, they should definitely do it. They should do the Dusty Classic like they've been doing the everything else. The CWC, the UK, and the women's tournament. All of them had most most of the people. They scoured the globe to find people that weren't, on the WWE radar. And also what that did is it gave them a perfect breeding ground. It gave them a perfect um test to see who's ready, who's got it, and who's got potential to be a superstar there. So I definitely think they could do that with the tag tournament for sure. But I just, if they do that, I would want them to get actual established tag teams and not just put people together. Like that was the
Not
one
just grab a
thing.
couple of indie guys.
Yeah, and that
and
was
say,
also one of the things I didn't like about the Dusty tournament when it was just the NXT guys, because you don't have enough tag teams to make that work that way. But if they were to bring like, even if AOP was still in it, and you'll have like the Street Profits and the Ely brothers,
TM61's due back
TM61
at
should
some
be
point.
back. Yeah. What's the other guys? The Garbage Man or whatever the fuck their name is.
Heavy machinery.
Heavy Machinery.
Stop pushing for it.
So you've got a few tag teams in NXT, and then even if they want to bring down some guys like the Ascension or Lucha Dragons or somebody that's an actual established tag team, I will be okay with that. But wouldn't it be great to see somebody like War Machine, the Young Bucks? Like I would totally mark out for that shit. So
Fucking Briscoes.
the Briscoes, or I was gonna say Red Dragon, but they're already there.
Right.
Which, speaking of, side note,
Yeah, let's talk let's talk about that.
segue.
This group from Ring of Honor. Adam Cole,
Baby.
Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish. This group now has a name.
Yeah.
The Undisputed Era.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't understand where that came from, but I kind of like
What does it mean?
CFO.
What does it mean?
I don't know what it means. I really don't. Do you have any clue?
Nope.
Yeah.
No clue.
Yeah, I don't know. Yet.
The Undisputed Era has begun.
Right, undisputed of
Undisputed what?
what? Right. Yeah, I don't want to say they rushed into that, but maybe that's just something they're gonna say. That's just gonna be their moniker, and CFO is going to be their group.
I don't know.
Cole, Fish.
I mean, I don't want to shit on it completely because I want to see what is done with it, what explanation there is.
Oh, I'm not going to shit
for
on
it.
it at all because this is getting ready. I don't give a shit what their name is. They could be called the fucking Turd Brothers for all I care. I got Kyle
The Turd
O'Reilly,
Brothers.
fucking Bobby Fish, and Adam Cole in a faction. Sign me the fuck up. All the way.
Turd
Yeah, they could be coming to the Turd Brothers. Yeah, sign me up for that shit. Call them piss and chips if you want to. I don't care. Sign me the fuck up.
Piss and chips.
I was gonna say fish and chips, but his name's already Fish, so that actually could work itself out. But I wanted to make it a little vulgar, so I went with piss because it kind of rhymes with fish.
Excellent.
Yeah, you see how I do
Glad
that?
you're not in charge of WWE marketing.
If I did, there would be all
Pal.
indie guys as champions.
Piss and chips. Oh,
Oh,
look at the shirts, pal.
The merch is flying off the roof.
We'll make it yellow. Yellow shirt.
All right, you start sounding more like Paul Ellering there.
Did I?
Yeah. You switched from Vinnie Mac to Ellering.
I don't know how does Paul Ellering sound?
You sound like you just sounded.
Should I start talking about a book?
Yes. Do it. Go.
The next chapter has been written in the saga of piss and chips.
See, it works.
Okay, I'll take your word for
It'll
it.
be managed by R. Kelly.
Oh, that's perfect.
Oh, all right. Fun.
Call it the Water Sports Express.
So
So speaking of toilet, you like this
what a
segue?
great segue.
Circling the drain, as Ed Roland said last week. Global Force Wrestling. After the whole Double J taking an extended leave of absence, there's been a lot of stuff floating around out there after this.
Like poo.
A story that they are hemorrhaging money, and Anthem is already looking to sell the company that they just bought. They have since refuted the story. The people who would be the ones purchasing this company are denying it. However, they're not going to go, yeah, we're buying the company. That's just not good business. But there's other things that have come about that have made you go, okay, well, if they're selling the company, they wouldn't do this. They are unveiling the Global Wrestling Network, their own over-the-top subscription-based offering similar to the WWE Network, where it is a 24-hour network with archive footage at $5.99 a month with a free tier. But in typical Global Force fashion, story made its way around last night, not long before SmackDown went off the air, that the Global Force Wrestling Network was now available. And it was available to view and subscribe, and it's available on iOS and Android systems, and soon it's going to be on Roku and blah, blah, blah. People went to the Global Wrestling Network site and started to view content. But as it turns out, it wasn't launched yet. As somebody who works in IT, I can tell you that uh, if they were testing the site, you can put up a wall that people can't get through
Right.
and kind of have a soft open of the site. Whoever was handling this for them did not do that. And there were people viewing the product on there, which I don't think necessarily is a horrible thing. You got some live test going there, but just kind of typical Global Force fashion. Um, your new creative team for Global Force Wrestling, Dutch Mantel, legendary booker, Puerto Rico, and things of that nature. Um, John Big Gaborik, who obviously has a lot of creative history under his belt, and Sanjay Dutt, with assistance from Jeremy Borash and Abyss. You gonna watch more of the product?
No.
No, why?
Um, because I'm just not interested.
See, exactly. I am not a uh, WWE fanboy. I am not somebody that wants Global Force to fail. I absolutely do not. More product that is out there, more places for workers to make a living, the better. But every time it seems like they're doing something, they shoot themselves in the fucking foot. And this whole Jeff Jarrett, bring him in, we're going to buy a company that doesn't really truly exist and rebrand the company that has already been around for almost 15 years with this name. They're pulling in like under 300,000 viewers an episode now.
Yep.
Okay. In comparison, WWE is doing 3 million plus, doing 300,000. Um, you're rushing into putting all this money into this network, but you have 300,000 viewers. Now, if those hardcore GFW fans subscribe to the network and you're getting $6 a pop for all of them, okay, good.
Right.
But that's
You're gonna get a couple. Get a nice little million a year. I mean, a million a month.
right.
But it's just not.
I don't know. I want to be a fan of the product. I want to do, um,
Uh-oh.
I want to be involved in the show. I want to watch it. I want to be a part of it, but I just can't see them getting out of their own way. Like I said, it always seems like they shoot themselves in the foot.
Yo.
Yeah, you there?
Yeah. Are you on your Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, ew, puppy, no. Ugh. Take it you heard that?
No.
Not you. Ew. Okay. Um, what were we just talking about?
Global Force.
Oh, yeah. Blah. Um, yeah, I mean if they were getting that $6 and they were getting, a good million a month in subscribers as far as the money wise, I mean it's a good monetary decision, but I doubt that every single one of their loyal viewers is gonna cough up that $6 a month. You got to think of how long it took WWE to get their viewership up. They got what, a million subscribers, maybe?
Yeah, close to it.
Yeah, and they
Over a million, I think now.
now, yeah, and that's after what, 3 years. But, you know, for them to be able to, I just, like you said, I don't want them to fail. No, that would suck. But ugh, the whole GFW, just the name itself, it's always been stupid anyway. TNA has always been a dumb name. But once they branded it to Impact, it was like, okay, that was just part of it. Impact Wrestling, the TNA was gone. Cool. And then Jeff Jarrett wants to bring his GFW and make that the flagship name of the company. Like, dude, I understand you were upset, and I think he wanted to come back and prove a point, and he basically did to TNA what Vince McMahon did to WCW, which was acquire all his talent and put him out of business, technically. But it's still like one of those, like the product just isn't that good. It's all over the place.
That's the thing. It's all over the place.
Yeah, like even the few episodes that I have seen or skimmed through, I'm just like not interested. And the people that they do bring in, excuse me, the people that they bring in, it's just like, I don't want to say that they're WWE rejects, but you know, that's the one thing I mean, I guess it's different. I don't know. With WWE's doing the same thing now. I mean, they got Bobby Roode, they got Samoa Joe, they got AJ Styles. You know,
Yeah, TNA's main events from the last several years are
yeah,
now
or now in WWE.
names in WWE.
Eric Young, and, those guys. But I think it's a, I think it's a different. I don't know why it's different. I wonder why. Maybe I'm just being biased. I need to take a step back and actually look at that. Why am I okay
You
with
being
it?
a
Maybe it's just
GFW
because I
bigot?
always want those guys to actually be there.
Being a GFW bigot.
That might be it.
Hmm.
And I can admit it. Maybe it's
I can
because
point
I
that
see it
out.
as a step down. And then when those guys come over, it's a step up.
No bigotry.
You know?
You know?
Does that make sense?
Sure.
It's like when AJ came to WWE, it's like he deserved to be there. But when, you know, let's say when Damian Sandow went to TNA, it was just like, oh, why?
Right.
Why can't you just go to the Indies or come back to the E? I don't
I want
know.
to know why you no sold my line.
What line?
I was trying to tee up my joke.
Oh, I missed it.
Yeah. I said I know bigotry.
And why is that, Rob?
It's too late. I can't say it now. You ruined it. You ruined it.
My bad. Maybe
Coming
we'll
soon
get
to
it
a
next
t-shirt
time.
shop near you.
Maybe we'll get it next time.
Rob's new catchphrase.
It feels forced now.
It does.
It does.
So I can't say it.
You got to come back to it.
Gotta come back to it. Maybe I'll get a chance before we end the show.
Yeah, we'll come back.
Moving on
Moving
though.
along.
Let's talk about a crazy son of a bitch. Kenny Omega. Recently had surgery on his knee. It was a meniscus injury. It was not an injury that occurred recently. Apparently, this is something he's been dealing with for a while. But he just had the surgery. It is now September 13th as we're recording this, and I believe I had heard that he had had the surgery sometime last week. He is going to rush through rehab and return to the ring the end of this month.
I don't know how you
Fucking crazy.
rehab meniscus in 2 weeks, but hey, maybe it's not as bad as we think it is. I mean, I don't know.
Maybe it's a scope of some kind,
Yeah,
but still.
Yeah, it's still
Fucking nuts. Especially in a New Japan ring.
where they don't give a shit, and somebody's definitely gonna kick him in his knee
Right.
hard as shit. And as
Would
crazy
you
as
do
he
that?
does, no. I mean, I barely want to
Ah,
walk
my knee.
outside when I stub my
My
toe.
knee. My knee.
Money.
I mean, I've seen you play basketball.
Pretty fucking good.
Well, I was gonna say you act like a little bitch when you get hurt.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You wouldn't know.
Like most basketball players, you oversell that shit.
You wouldn't know. Last time you seen a basketball court.
I play basketball. I'm always hooping.
Sure you are.
I am.
2K18?
It's in my blood
Right. Why is that?
because I'm 1% North African.
Boom. Found a way to get it back in there, folks.
Yeah. That wasn't forced at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Totally didn't rape that joke.
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. Not at all.
Yep, you're good.
You want to move on to some questions?
Let's move on to some questions.
WNA mailbag.
Yeah.
You gonna make it real jingle for that someday?
We might as well. WNA mailbag.
Hashtag AskWNA. First question from our friends at the Cretans Guild. At Cretans Guild, they have a podcast called Nerd or Not. And Cliff, they gave us a really, really, really nice shout out on their most recent episode.
It was awesome. We appreciate that.
Yeah. They gave us a nice shout out. They put our logo up like it was on YouTube. So please find them on YouTube and subscribe, watch the show, give it a listen. They talk about wrestling. They talk about geek culture, if you will, which is very near and dear to our hearts.
Damn right.
But yeah,
I'm wearing my
they
Nerds
gave
Rule
us,
shirt right now.
that's right. Yeah, I have my Nerds Rule shirt upstairs from Stay Red Designs,
Something like that.
something like
We
that.
were close.
But
No,
anyways,
that's all right. You're right. I'm just fucking with
they gave us a nice shout out. They had our logo up on their video. They were talking about us. Bob and Jay were heaping praise upon us, and Bob actually told people they should check out our episode from I believe it was 2 weeks ago, where I brought back Mantar, and he was saying that it's worth a listen because I guess he was saying I did a good job.
I thought
Far
you did a
better.
terrible job, but
Far better
whatever.
than your attempt at Duke Drosy.
Hey, I told you I phoned that one in, dude.
Way the fuck better than Ed's Bastion Booger from last week.
Yeah, I'm okay with second place in this one
Maybe that's why Ed's not here.
because he hated us so bad.
No, because his Bastion Booger was so bad we kicked him the fuck out.
Never.
Never. Anyways, first question from the Cretans Guild. Where would you take the brand split from here? Mix them all up or intensify the split?
I would intensify the split.
How?
I would make them regular. Like, I would make it so that...
Like they shit a lot?
Shut your face. I would make it so that someone could be drafted at any moment. But once they are drafted, they have to stay on that show for 6 months. Once your 6
At
months
any
is
moment,
up,
you're talking like a 24/7 rule.
basically, yeah, like at any moment, like once you're drafted, you have like a draft eligibility, right? So at any moment, you could go to another show
Mid match.
whenever.
Mid match.
But it has to be
RKO out of nowhere. Oh, Randy Orton's just been
Randy
drafted to
Orton's just
Raw.
been drafted to Raw, right? Like, I think that could be really dope, and not just necessarily. You can have it to where, like, people they could be rating talent, and you know like, it has to be something like they have to have some sort of rules that you put in to where, like, maybe the other brand has to agree to it, or they can trade. Like, you can trade whenever you want to, but the person that you trade has to be exclusive to that brand for at least 6 months. So they can't be traded after that. Or I'm sorry, they can't be traded up until, 6 months or maybe a year.
Okay.
That's just one thing.
Here's the thing. The brand split to me is both a problem, but a necessary problem, in my opinion.
Mhm.
You have way too much talent on the roster.
Way too much.
And when anybody can be on any show, people get lost in the shuffle way too easily.
Right, because they end up putting the same people on the show every week.
Right. But when you do the brand split, you basically do the same fucking thing. The first few weeks, it always seems like they try to get everybody involved and you see more and more new faces. But then they just fall right back into okay, so Tuesday is the Randy Orton, Baron Corbin, AJ Styles show, and Monday is the Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns show. And everything centers around those people.
Mhm.
And nobody ever seems to get elevated, even though you have all the opportunity in the world to do it because you have these separate brands and you're not stuck focusing on the same people if you give that opportunity and try to spread it around. The US Championship Open Challenge that John Cena was doing for a while there helped. But granted, that was not when the brands were split, they were united. You could do
Mhm.
something like that again, and I know that that's the plan with AJ, but now they're kind of turning it into a storyline where he keeps getting challenged by Baron Corbin. Well, can we, fucking AJ Styles versus Shelton Benjamin? AJ Styles
Right, let
versus,
them have their match, and then Baron do whatever the fuck you want.
then, yeah, don't make it a mid-match run-in.
Yeah.
Um, I wish they would do more with the brand split, but I also think you have a problem with the titles. The WWE Championship, the Universal Championship, you need a singles championship, heavyweight championship, so to speak, main event championship
Mhm.
for everybody to fight over. But yet, I almost feel like it'd be better off doing one main championship and having that guy go between the shows. I go back and forth with it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how they can make it more intriguing, but I also don't think they need to abandon it either.
I mean, I'm
I don't know.
okay
It's
with the
weird.
two different brands and having two world titles, and then their second title, the US and IC tag titles, and blah 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 blah. I think that if there was only one, just imagine if there was only the Universal Championship and Brock Lesnar had it, and he was never seen on Raw or SmackDown.
Ever.
Like, that would be ridiculous. Um, but I also believe that if they're gonna use the WWE Championship and they're gonna have world titles on both shows, then both shows should be equally treated. Or both titles should be equally treated. And I feel like right now, which is kind of crazy because the WWE Championship is the one that should technically be the most prominent championship, but right now that's on Jinder Mahal.
Mm-hmm.
And the Universal Championship, which is the technically just the Raw Championship, is on Brock Lesnar, and it's getting every pay per view for the last you know, 4 or 5 pay-per-views, that championship has been prominent. It was either, the 5-way to determine the number one contender. You had the big crazy SummerSlam main event. Now you got Braun versus Brock. Like, that title has been given importance because of the person who is holding it. The WWE Championship, it's almost like anybody could win that. Jinder Mahal won it. Literally anyone can win the WWE Championship, and it doesn't have that prestige. So I don't know when they decided to make that flip and to make SmackDown the B show again, because for a while
It's
it was
always been the
starting to
B
look
show.
like the better show.
It's always been the B show, and whether they try to do that or not, that's always the fallback. It's Raw is the flagship, SmackDown's number 2.
And I'm okay with that in theory, but at the same time, you have
You want competition, you
yeah,
want it, and yeah, it's kind of hard to do that when that's the path you always seem to take.
yeah. I mean, even
Um,
if you look at it, I mean, they took the guys that were doing well on SmackDown, put them on Raw. They took The Miz, they took Dean Ambrose, they even took the tag champs at the time, Heath Slater and Rhino, and now they went from being the tag champs on SmackDown to being jobbers on Raw.
nothing,
It's
just
like
nothing.
it's like, wait a minute, what just happened? So I don't know. It's weird. Some people, you know, thrive in it, but I like the fact that they were calling SmackDown the land of opportunity, and where you see more shunned, so to speak, people get opportunities. But I don't know. At this point, it needs something. Something needs to happen, and I think them keeping people on the brands long or too long, you know, make more people free agents. You know,
Maybe, maybe.
they don't even really explain what it means. Because at this point, they're saying John Cena's the free agent. So does that mean he can go back to SmackDown whenever he wants to?
I guess.
So who knows? But if
Who
they're
knows?
gonna do that special thing for Cena, I think more people should have the ability to be free agents, and that would take some people that are like core people, like even if it was Roman Reigns, I would love to see Roman Reigns on Raw and SmackDown, or Braun Strowman destroy people on Raw and SmackDown. But
No, not a horrible idea.
yeah, so
Um,
either that, either do multiple people can get drafted whenever for a certain amount of time, or have more free agents to be able to roam back and forth to mix up the cards a bit.
all right, our next question comes from Rowdy Johnny Piper at Rowdy Johnny Piper, and that Johnny is spelled JONNY. His question: was the undefeated streak of Asuka in NXT the original plan, or did it happen organically because of her talent and ability to stay healthy? I am going to
Ooh.
say that was probably the original plan. She uh, was a very big women's wrestling star in Japan. They knew what they were getting when they got her. Um, she's one of those uh, special talents, and when they brought her in, they're not going to bring her in to be, Aiden English. They're going to bring her in to be a main event level women's wrestler, especially with the fact that they knew that they were trying to go towards this when it came to quote the women's revolution. You know, they're not eye candy anymore. Asuka, a beautiful woman, she'd fucking kick your head off too. I think when the crowd reaction to her was what it was, you had no choice but to run with her. Her ability to stay healthy was only a plus. I mean, I know right now she's injured, but it's a plus that she can work the way she works. She looks the way she looks. She carries herself the way she carries herself. She's just all around the kind of person you would put the belt on, you know?
I'd have to disagree with you on that.
What?
Honestly, no, not disagree with your points, but disagree with that they planned it. I think that all of the things that you just said about the way that she works, about the way that she looks, about the way that she carries herself, eventually they said, holy shit, we got something. Let's keep doing that. I think that it was definitely going to be, she was going to get pushed to the moon. She definitely was going to win the NXT Women's Championship at some point. But once they did that and they realized the void that was left when they pretty much gutted the women's division from NXT, they took Sasha, they took Bailey, Charlotte, Becky, you know,
Dana Brooke.
Dana Brooke, meh. um, even taking Carmella and Nia
Naya.
and Alexa Bliss, like they gutted the
They
NXT
did.
women's division. And I think they once they figured that part out, they were like, well, we have to keep Asuka undefeated because she's the only one left. She has to make all of these other kids. She had to make Ember Moon. She had to make Nikki Cross because she was it. That was it. So there was no way that they were gonna. Well, I don't say there's no way that they were gonna let her lose at this point, but I think it just so happened. It just happened to be like, oh shit. Okay, we got something with her. Everybody else is getting called up. She's the hottest thing going right now. Let's keep it going. And they did it successfully for fucking almost 2 years, which is insane to think about.
But it's amazing.
It's amazing. It's something that's crazy because we all know that this is scripted. We all know that this is something that, you know, the outcome isn't, the outcome is predetermined, of course. But just the fact that they were able to keep that and to keep every match, like every match for the last couple of months, we're like, okay, it's been 500 days. She's got to lose now. Oh, she won. It's been 528 days. She's got to lose now. And so what did it end up being?
Was it 295
No.
or more than that?
It was more than that. It was over a year.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm saying 295. God, I don't remember what it was when it ended.
Well, whatever it was.
But that's the thing.
it's
They
long
just
fucking
don't do
time.
that anymore.
I think at one point it was at 500 and something.
You know, you're right. I'm sorry. No, it's well over that. She is now one of the longest reigning singles champions in the history of the company. I saw something where it's like she surpassed New Day. She surpassed um uh Rockin' Robin. And do you remember Rockin' Robin?
No, I do not.
She was WWE Women's Champion back in the day. She was champion for ridiculously long time because there was nobody else for her to drop the belt to. And then she did. You know what I mean? Like it just one of those things like Christian when he won the light heavyweight championship. You know, he held it forever because they were basically killing the division. They were like, "Oh
Right.
yeah, we forgot you still have the belt." Um, but no, I mean, I get what you're saying. I maybe I should rephrase it. I know the question was, do you think the streak was for that? I don't think necessarily they brought her in going, "Hey, we're going to run this streak where you're going to be undefeated for almost 2 years." But I do think they plan to push her to the main event right away.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So maybe yeah, it was more of an organic thing with the streak. I don't know. Maybe I need to go back and rethink what I just said.
Yes, you do.
Full of shit. No, fuck you.
So Cliff
All
was
right?
right.
No, Cliff was not right.
Well, her title reign was 510 days,
Okay.
but her undefeated streak was longer than that.
Yeah, she beat Goldberg's streak.
Yeah.
Next question from Jimmy Evans at NotFakeJimmy1 on Twitter asked, "Do you think GFW will make it to the new year?"
I hope so, but I doubt it.
I think they will make it to the new year. I don't think it will be much long after that. Something will come about. There's already so much shit going around. If they don't see money soon, I don't see them lasting much longer, sadly. Uh good old friend Bruce sent us a question. Excuse me. Our friend Bruce sent us a question. A Bruce at underscore my name is Bruce on Twitter. Thoughts on Casey Catanzaro hopping into wrestling? What he is referring to is American Ninja Warrior competitor Katie Catanzaro is signed with WWE. She's going to be training at NXT. Uh, if you are unfamiliar with her, I am an American Ninja Warrior fan, so I am very familiar with Casey Catanzaro. She's all of about like 5 feet tall, kind of like Alexa Bliss. But she's uber athletic. She, can pretty much do just about anything. So the fact that she is coming into uh, the world of wrestling, I think she'll be able to pull it off, but it's more a question of, is she going to have the character aspect of things down? And if not, some people just can't learn it. I haven't seen enough of her in interviews or anything like that to know whether or not she can do it. The physical aspect of it, yeah, she'll probably be one of those people that's just a natural and picks it up right away. Do you have anything to say about that, Cliff?
Honestly, I don't because I don't watch American Ninja Warriors.
Oh, okay. So you're a piece of shit.
Basically, if that's what you want to call me for not watching a terrible show where somebody runs up
Not a
and down a
terrible show.
fucking wall all day. I
Not.
used to watch American Gladiators when I was younger.
I'll look at you.
That's about it. I've
Bringing up
seen
your-
like a few American Ninja Warriors, but not enough to know the people by name. So
So you're useless today.
basically,
You don't have shit to do, shit to say.
no, great pickup. Get somebody who's recognized on a worldwide scale and bring her in. Why not? I'm all happy for Triple H and whatever he's gonna do with this Ninja Warrior chick. Maybe she's awesome. Maybe she becomes the next Mae Young.
Maybe I need another new co-host.
Maybe you can go suck on a fat D.
I mean, you come to the show unprepared, late, can't get shit done, constantly going off topic. It's all your motherfucking fault.
Basically. What you gonna do about it?
But we do have people that apparently love the sound of your voice.
Damn right.
listen to this show.
Waterfall is happening right now.
Yeah. Floodgates are open.
Thank you for liking the sound of my voice, listeners.
Yeah. The person we're referring to actually on Twitter said that she loved both you and I.
First of all, I don't know what you're talking about. Everyone loves my voice.
You sure about
So you like to go ahead and try to shove your old, oh, people love me too. Like, okay, we get it.
that? I
We get
mean,
it, man.
how could they not?
We get it.
How could they not?
It's okay.
Straw that stirs the drink in this fucking bitch.
You a tall glass of water.
Whole glass of water. You're thirsty. Get you a sip. Just one more sip.
Stupid.
So did this show suck?
Not at all.
You don't think so?
Not at all. It never suck when I'm on here because I'm fucking awesome.
Sure you are.
I'm like the Miz, baby. Ooh, speaking of the Miz and babies, congratulations to Mike the Miz and Maurice expecting a little baby.
You sure it's not a work, son?
I don't know if it's a work, but if it is, then fuck off.
Then you're a mark.
But if it's not, congratulations.
Yeah.
Now, if they turn this to an angle where Enzo bumps into Maurice and she has a miscarriage, I'm going to be pretty fucking upset.
Wasn't my fault.
But yeah, as of right now, call me a mark. Because
Yeah,
I'm
no,
congratulating
I don't
you.
know. I haven't heard one way or the other. But if it is true, congratulations. If it's not true, suck a whole fat bag of D.
Damn right.
Speaking of damn right, let's plug our shit, son.
Plug away, pluggy.
Plug away. Follow the show on Twitter at WNA Podcast. Follow me on Twitter at that Rob guy. That's Rob with 2 B's. Follow Cliff on Twitter at Clifford_LELLE.
Like a lady.
There you go. Yeah, see, I like how you dropped the bass on that one.
Yeah, I had to get my ad rolling in.
You had to get your head rolling in there. Floodgates are open. Find us on Facebook. Find us on YouTube. Subscribe on iTunes. Our episodes do go up there. I said iTunes, I meant YouTube. Excuse me. Our episodes go up on YouTube. We will probably be doing some more stuff on the YouTube page soon. I know Cliff has some ideas. We have some ideas. Find us on iTunes. Please give a review. 5 stars if you can. If you feel up to it, we'd love it. More reviews gets more eyes on the show. And first and foremost, above all, if you like the show, spread the word. Tell folks to look for us and listen and subscribe. You can catch us on iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher, pretty much any podcatcher app that you can think of. You can find us. Search Wrestling Nerds Alliance or WNA. Anything else you want to plug?
Buy
Bitch.
my shirt.
Buy your shirt.
Buy my shirt.
The
Buy
official
my shirt.
Wrestling Nerds Alliance Nerdy Luchador Mask shirt. You can buy it at, what's the web address?
Shop.spreadshirt.com/stayred. REDD. Like a lady.
For those that don't know, that REDD.
Stands for twice the D.
That's right. Real every damn day.
Real every damn day.
There you go. So, I don't know. I don't even know if I want to plug these guys. We're going to plug our PWO buddies.
PWO.
Podcast World Order. We're talking about S Marks the Spot at SmarkSpot on Twitter. We're going to talk about Raw is Bore at Raw is Boar on Twitter. Talking about the Gimmick Table at Gimmick Table on Twitter. And Wretched Wrestling Podcast at Wretched Wrestle on Twitter. Cliff, so my story last week about the Wretched Wrestling guys, Craig J. Dixon in particular, must have scared the shit out of them. They didn't even have a show last week.
Damn, son.
How I do?
Damn, we scared them away like that.
Yeah, man. They didn't even want to get on their
That's what
Periscope.
happens. When you mess around, you don't want none. That's what it is. We
Right.
does this on a daily.
Kick their ass.
Damn it.
What I did. I scared Fred and Craig. They didn't even want to get on Periscope and show their faces.
Damn right.
Talk any more shit. We are planning another showdown with the Wretched Wrestling Podcast at Survivor Series. Why?
They don't want none.
They don't want none.
But it's cool. We'll show up. We'll show out. What we
Steal
do.
the show. That's what we do.
We're the Dolph Ziggler of podcasts, damn it.
But we're not going to do stupid everybody's entrance and waste 20 minutes of TV time doing some bullshit.
We are not.
But we are wasting time on this show when we could have just gone home already.
Well, what time is it, Rob?
It's time to go home.
I'm Clifford L. Johnson.
I'm Rob English saying to you, when life hands you adversity, always kick out. Motherfucking two.
Sweet.
But you know and I know that you're only half the man that I am. And I have half the brain that you do. But we just a weak. You tried to make me look like a jackass.
I'm Clifford L. Johnson.
Well, I guess I'm Rob English. And I'm saying to you, when life hands you adversity, always kick out at motherfucking who. It was like you started to say it, but you couldn't. That was the most silent sweet I've ever heard in my life.
I wasn't done. You ruined it.
Oh, let me fall back. Go ahead.
Let's start over.